Listen up, you think you know food? Think again. Every day people eat things that could send them straight to the hospital, or worse. We're surrounded by delicious food, but hidden dangers lurk in plain sight. Today, we're not making a fancy dish. We're exposing the dark side of your pantry. I'll show you 10 everyday foods might pose unexpected risks to your health. From fruit cores to root vegetables, disaster is everywhere. Some of these will absolutely shock you. So, are you ready to learn how not to poison yourself? Good. Pay attention. This isn't a game. Get it wrong and the consequences are real. Let's get started before you make a fatal mistake. Apples look healthy and harmless, but their seeds hide a secret. Inside every apple, those small black seeds contain amygdalin, a compound your body can turn into cyanide if the seeds are chewed or crushed. Don't panic, eating a few seeds by accident won't hurt you. But a large amount, especially for kids or pets, can be dangerous. Even small amounts can cause nausea or headaches if you're sensitive. Apple seeds are a plant's defense, not a snack. Always core your apples and remove the seeds, especially before juicing or serving to kids. Enjoy the fruit, but toss the seeds. A little caution keeps your snack safe. Next up, let's talk about the humble potato. A food that's found in kitchens all over the world, from rustic home pantries to gourmet restaurants. Potatoes are a staple ingredient for countless dishes. But did you know they can actually become toxic if you're not paying attention? If you've ever noticed a potato with a greenish tinge, that's not just a harmless color change, it's chlorophyll. And it's actually a warning sign that something more dangerous could be lurking beneath the surface. When potatoes are exposed to light, like when they're left out on a windowsill or under bright kitchen lights, they start to produce a chemical called solanine. Solanine is a natural pesticide that the potato uses to protect itself, but it's not something you want to eat. Consuming solanine can lead to a range of unpleasant symptoms, from stomach aches and nausea to vomiting. In more severe cases, especially if you eat a lot of green potatoes, it can even cause neurological problems like headaches, confusion, or drowsiness. If you spot green patches on your potatoes, don't just ignore them. Peel them off generously, making sure to remove all the green areas, since that's where the solanine is most concentrated. And don't forget about the sprouts, those little shoots that sometimes grow out of your potatoes. They can also contain high levels of solanine, so always cut them out before cooking. If you find that the whole potato is green, shriveled, or has a bitter taste, it's best to just throw it away. Eating it isn't worth the risk to your health. Don't risk your well-being just to save a few pennies. Your health is far more valuable than a single potato. To prevent your potatoes from turning green in the first place, store them in a cool, dark, and dry place, like a pantry or a paper bag. Avoid keeping them on the windowsill or in the fridge, as both can encourage solanine production. Remember, cooking potatoes doesn't destroy solanine. The only way to get rid of it is by removing the green parts before you cook or eat them. So, always take a moment to inspect your spuds before you start cooking. A quick check can make all the difference. With just a little extra care and attention, you can turn a potential kitchen menace back into a safe, delicious ingredient. Always pay attention and enjoy your potatoes the right way. Rhubarb. Those vibrant red stalks are a favorite in kitchens everywhere, turning up in everything from pies to jams. Their tart flavor is a springtime treat, and they're a staple in many classic desserts. But while the stalks are celebrated, the leaves? They're a completely different story, one that's far more dangerous than most people realize. Rhubarb leaves are loaded with oxalic acid, a natural compound that's highly toxic to humans and animals. Even a small amount can cause a burning sensation in your mouth and throat, severe stomach pain, and difficulty breathing. Ingesting larger quantities can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, and in extreme cases, kidney failure. The danger is real. If enough is consumed, the effects can be fatal. Children and pets are especially at risk, so it's important to keep them away from rhubarb leaves at all times. History has shown us the risks. During times of food shortages like in World War I, people desperate for greens sometimes ate rhubarb leaves, not realizing the danger. Tragically, there are documented cases of illness and even death from this mistake. On top of the oxalic acid, rhubarb leaves also contain powerful natural laxatives. Eating them can cause severe stomach cramps, nausea, and diarrhea, making you feel miserable long before the more serious symptoms set in. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. Whenever you buy or harvest rhubarb, always cut off the leaves and discard them right away. Never let them linger in your kitchen or garden. And be careful with disposal. Don't compost the leaves if you have pets or small children who might get into the bin. Never use them as a garnish or decoration, no matter how pretty they look. Remember, the stalks are the only edible part. They're delicious, nutritious, and safe. The leaves, on the other hand, are pure poison, best kept far from your plate. So always know your ingredients. Just a few inches of the wrong part of the plant can mean the difference between a delightful dessert and a dangerous disaster. Handle rhubarb with care. Savor the stalks, but beware the leaves. They hold a hidden danger. Cherries, delicious, but their pits are dangerous. Like apple seeds, cherry pits contain amygdalin, which can turn into cyanide if the pit is crushed or chewed. Swallowing a whole pit is usually harmless, but crushing and eating the inside is risky. Just a few crushed pits can cause cyanide poisoning, dizziness, vomiting, even death. Never chew or blend cherry pits. When prepping cherries, always pit them properly. Use a cherry pitter or a paring knife. Remove the pit whole. Don't be lazy. Those extra minutes could save you a trip to the hospital. Enjoy the fruit, but discard the pit. Let's talk kidney beans. A healthy staple, but only when cooked right. Raw or undercooked kidney beans contain a toxin called PHA, which can cause severe food poisoning. Just 4 or 5 raw beans can make you violently ill within hours. Symptoms: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Soaking isn't enough, and slow cookers don't get hot enough to destroy the toxin. The only safe method: soak beans for at least 5 hours, discard the water, then boil vigorously for at least 10 minutes. After that, simmer until tender. Canned beans are safe, they've already been cooked properly. Don't take chances. Cook kidney beans right or use canned. Almonds, great snack, but beware the bitter kind. Sweet almonds are safe, but bitter almonds are loaded with amygdalin, up to 50 times more than sweet almonds. Eating just a handful of raw bitter almonds can be fatal. That's why raw bitter almonds are banned in many countries. They're used for extracts and liqueurs, but only after industrial processing removes the toxins. Never eat them raw. If you see an almond tree, don't snack unless you know it's the sweet variety. Stick to store-bought sweet almonds, leave the bitter ones to the pros. Nutmeg. Delicious in small amounts but dangerous in large doses. The compound myristicin can cause hallucinations, anxiety, and even death if you eat too much. Just 2 teaspoons can trigger toxic effects, nausea, dizziness, and a terrifying trip that can last days. A sprinkle in your food is fine. Eating spoonfuls is a medical emergency. Respect nutmeg. Use it as a spice, not a drug. Keep it out of reach of kids and pets. A little is magic. A lot is a nightmare. Lychee is a beloved fruit for millions, but under certain conditions it can be dangerously toxic. It contains toxins like hypoglycin A and MCPG, which can cause severe illness if consumed unripe or on an empty stomach. Symptoms of poisoning: dizziness, vomiting, seizures, and even death. Safe consumption involves eating only ripe lychees, avoiding unripe fruit, and not eating them on an empty stomach. Most lychees sold in the West are ripe and safe, but if you buy them fresh, be cautious about their ripeness. Always handle lychee with care. Rushing risks ruin, and caution is key. Elderberries are trendy, but only the cooked berries are safe. Raw berries, leaves, and stems contain sambunagrin, which produces cyanide. Eating raw elderberries can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. For children and the elderly, it can be more severe. Always cook elderberries thoroughly. Boiling neutralizes the toxin. Never eat raw berries or use the leaves and stems. Nature's superfoods can have a dark side. Know how to handle them. Castor oil seeds may look harmless, but they contain ricin, one of the most dangerous natural toxins known to science. Ricin can cause severe organ damage, especially to the kidneys, by destroying cells and interfering with protein production. Ingesting even a tiny amount can lead to nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, confusion, seizures, and potentially fatal kidney failure. People with existing kidney problems are at even greater risk, as their bodies can't filter out toxins efficiently. Never eat castor oil seeds. Just a few can be deadly, and there is no antidote for ricin poisoning. Always check what you're eating. Castor oil seeds are a hidden danger that can turn a snack into a medical emergency. And there you have it, 10 foods that demand careful handling to protect your health and enhance your culinary experience. This isn't about fear, it's about knowledge. Great cooks know their ingredients, good and bad. Always research new foods, especially if foraging. Preparation is everything. Get it right and food is magic. Share your own food safety tips in the comments. Let's build a smarter, safer cooking community. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay smart, and cook beautifully. Like, subscribe and hit the bell for more videos.